It's time for the Factor Uncensored. The Olympics have been a major talker this year. But there's one thing you probably didn't know. Some of the athletes are bearing it all on OnlyFans. That's because a lot of them can't actually afford going to the Olympics on their own dime. So they are showing the goods to help fund their trips to Paris. When the Olympic Committee was asked about athletes turning to OnlyFans, they said, "I would assume athletes, like all citizens, are allowed to do what they can and do what they can to get there." Now, we say that's bull. And they pull in billions of dollars a year. They should do more. Joining me now to talk about this, we have with us Todd Smith, Lady McCallan, and Sunshine Gutierrez, who has an OnlyFans page. Glad to have you here on the Factor Uncensored. So, Todd, first of all, establish for us how much these athletes spend, and it's a lot of money to become an Olympic athlete.
Well, the research shows that they're spending between $50,000 to $100,000 a year. That's with coaching, physical therapy, all kinds of equipment, traveling and things like that. But people think fame always equals fortune. Right. And we watch the Olympics. I've been watching the Olympics all my life. I'm a big boxing fan. And when you look at the history of boxing in the Olympics, a lot of them have gone on to professional careers. Cassius Clay at the time, George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard. But boxing is lucrative. Rugby, water polo, all of these sports are not lucrative.
Table tennis.
So people are badminton. People are doing things.
Break dancing.
Yeah, they're doing things from the love of the game. But that could be costly. Their parents can't come. Their families can't come because they have to pay that out of their own pocket.
And for American athletes, the United States doesn't pay for them to be there.
They don't pay for them to go.
They have to find their own way there, which is incredible to me.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
So, Lady McCallan, are you surprised that some athletes are turning to OnlyFans?
Of course not.
To fund their trip to the Olympics?
Athletes have such a hard time with schedule, right? Because you have to practice, you have to sleep, you have to have a routine. So they can't actually, if you're doing something on the level of the Olympics, you can't have a full-time normal job and train for these things. So right now, with the economy the way it is, I mean, that's probably their best option, honestly. It's something that shouldn't be shamed, but also, like, we're kind of forcing them into this at the same time. So maybe they're doing it on purpose, but maybe they're doing what they have to do to get there, because we should be funding them, like you said earlier. If we're sending somebody to the Olympics, the country that is sending them should be funding them.
Sunshine Gutierrez, is OnlyFans a good way to fund whatever you want to do?
I would say OnlyFans is a good way to fund things, but honestly, I didn't know that the Olympic funding didn't pay for athletes to go to the Olympics.
And they make billions of dollars every 4 years.
Okay, that's correct, right? They make billions of dollars from doing this. They've also spent billions of dollars destroying Brazil. They've also spent billions of dollars destroying a coral reef ecosystem in Paris this year. And America just signed a bill to spend billions of dollars to fund a genocide. Why are we not funding our athletes to go to the Olympics?
For those who are wondering, how much would you make on OnlyFans? For instance, you, in a year, what would you bring home?
I can't.
Does it flow? Well, you're trying to stay private.
Okay, no, so I can say that one of my niece, she made like $400,000 last year on OnlyFans. Literally, she made $400,000 last year.
But showing ass.
Oh, no, she was doing more than showing ass. But,
what is she doing? What is she doing?
You know, she's doing
I mean, that's what we expect.
She's doing stuff.
But there are other people who do other things on OnlyFans. They do recipes, cooking, and all of that.
So I do the things that you know that I do, right? And I never get nude.
Wait, for the viewer who don't know the things you do,
I'm
what are some of the things you do?
So I'm a dominant. So I spank people or beat them or do very, very violent things to them while I'm looking sexy. But I never get undressed. Like, I never do anything. They never touch me. And I still make quite a lot of money doing this because that's what I like. That's my kink. So this is something that. Have
you ever thought about OnlyFans?
I got on it once, but and we were just talking about that actually because I have managers that are trying to get me to sign with them. So I'm thinking about it. It's just that I like doing things that most people don't find, I guess, PC, because things I do, I'm a sadist. So what I do is very violent. So it's not exactly the same thing as just a normal OnlyFans model. So it's kind of hard to explain, right? But so if we did a collab, if I had a collab with another girl, it would be something where I was doing something to them. Now, as far as like these athletes go, I don't know anything about their OnlyFans, but I'm probably going to go research it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, there's several, and they say
Because
in the article what they do.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Like if this is the only way.
Some don't go that far.
Yeah,
Some will
exactly.
just do
But
like
even if
underwear.
they do, even if they do, like I'm like, get your coin, get your money, because if you have a dream and you want to go to the Olympics and nobody else is helping you, and that's the only way you can get there, then do it.
And the Olympic dream is not a long-term dream. You don't have 20, 30 years to become an Olympian.
No.
I mean, some do. There was a wrestler from Cuba who's about
rare.
40. Yeah, but most gymnasts are not 40. Most NBA, most basketball players other than LeBron are not 40. You have to get this while the getting is good, and you have to do what you have to do. And I don't watch OnlyFans, but if that's what you have to do to make your dream a reality, I hope nobody judges them for that. You do have judgment
and like
of people.
Sunshine said, we have all this money for war. We have all this money for police states. We have all this money for all this violent things that we are doing in the country, but we can't send our Olympic athletes.
Because they're using it. It's kind of like college sports. Back in the day, before the NIL deals, and now they're going to start paying athletes, you're using them. Like one of the athletes said, it's modern day slavery. We're going to give you fame.
Let's hear from Sunshine again really quick.
Why is it such a big deal? I don't know if I can use the P word on here, but mattress acting has been a thing forever.
No, it's the oldest profession in the world.
Exactly. They have literal VHS tapes of it. So why is it now a big thing? Because it's accessible on your phone.
Exactly.
That's like it's easy to recognize somebody. It's easy. Back in the day, if you didn't have the VHS tape, you might not be aware that this person did this. Now everything is at a click of the phone. I can find out what you've done, and that might negatively affect you in a job going forward, and it shouldn't.
These websites existed. So what was the difference between 20 years ago and now?
Access. That's it. It's just access. It's mass access. That's it.
Yeah. We want to thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. We appreciate your time tonight.